Stay with us until the end, because these 5 quiet signs may help you see what's coming and allow you to respond not with fear, but with love, understanding, and preparation. When you can recognize the subtle changes, you're better equipped to create a space of peace and connection during one of life's most delicate transitions. Let's begin. One of the earliest signs that the body is preparing for its final season is a slow but steady change in how a person eats. Meals that once brought joy are now left unfinished. Portions get smaller, flavors feel muted, and the desire to sit at the table fades away. You may notice that your loved one starts pushing food around on the plate or skipping meals altogether. It's not stubbornness, it's biology. The digestive system, once active and responsive, begins to quiet down. The body no longer craves the same amount of fuel because it's gradually conserving energy for essential functions. Sometimes, they'll develop new sensitivities. Spices may seem too strong, or textures might feel uncomfortable. Even beloved dishes can become difficult to tolerate. This change isn't about preference. It's a physiological signal that things are shifting within. This can be one of the hardest signs for families to accept. Food is often how we show love, how we connect. And when someone stops eating, we feel powerless. But forcing food often causes more discomfort than relief. Instead, gentle encouragement and small, nourishing bites, like soft fruits, soups, or warm drinks, can bring more comfort than full meals. If you're noticing a consistent drop in appetite, remember, the body knows what it's doing. The goal shifts from nourishment to comfort, and in those quiet moments, offering a favorite tea, sitting beside them as they nibble a cracker, you're providing something even deeper than nutrition. You're offering presence. You may begin to notice that your loved one is sleeping more often and staying asleep longer. Simple activities like getting dressed or sitting in a chair can feel exhausting. This isn't laziness. It's the body entering a slower rhythm. During the final year of life, rest becomes essential. The body is using its remaining energy to maintain only the most vital systems: breathing, circulation, thought. Everything else begins to dim. As a result, the need for rest grows. You might notice they start falling asleep mid-conversation or napping more throughout the day. Even if they do wake, they may remain quiet, still, or seem emotionally distant. This withdrawal is a protective process, both physical and emotional. And it's not just the body that slows. The mind, too, begins to pull back from constant stimulation. Bright lights, loud voices, or even too many visitors can feel overwhelming. Families often try to keep their loved ones alert and engaged, but pushing them to do more often leads to frustration or fatigue. Instead, respect their rhythm. Sit quietly, hold a hand, let your presence speak louder than words. This stage isn't about productivity, it's about peace. If this part resonates with you, please comment number 2 below. And if you find value in what you're hearing, consider subscribing and hitting the bell. Your support helps us keep creating thoughtful content like this. As time passes, the mind, like the body, begins to wind down. You might notice forgetfulness, missing appointments, misplacing objects, or repeating questions. At first, it may seem like simple aging, but over time, conversations become harder to follow. There's more silence, more staring off, more moments of being somewhere else. This isn't always dementia. Sometimes it's the brain reducing activity in preparation for what's ahead. There's often emotional distance as well. Your loved one may no longer show interest in hobbies, news, or social activities. Phone calls go unanswered. Visits feel shorter. It's not rejection, it's retreat. Their world is becoming smaller, more internal. Mood swings may also appear. Some become anxious or fearful. Others grow calm and introspective. These aren't personality changes. They're emotional echoes of a mind finding its own way to say goodbye. What can you do? Be gentle. Keep routines simple. Use soft voices, familiar music, comforting scents. Let their environment remind them they're safe, even if their words fade. If confusion or emotional withdrawal has become more common, take it as a cue to slow down, listen more, and speak less. Even when memory weakens, love can still be felt. Have you noticed your loved one catching colds more often, or taking longer to bounce back? As we approach the end of life, the immune system weakens significantly. The body, now focused on simply functioning, lets go of its usual defenses. Infections that once healed quickly now linger. Small scrapes turn into sores. Even a mild flu can lead to hospital visits. You might see repeated infections, UTIs, respiratory issues, or skin irritations. Sometimes, these come and go with no clear explanation. Even medications that used to work well may seem less effective. It's not that treatments are failing, it's that the body is choosing to let go of the fight. As caregivers, we want to fix things, but there comes a time when healing becomes less important than easing discomfort. And in that moment, comfort care becomes the most powerful medicine. This may mean focusing more on clean bedding, soft clothing, warm blankets, and quiet surroundings than on another round of antibiotics. So if your loved one is facing recurring infections or wounds that won't heal, don't panic. Recognize it as a sign of where they are on the journey. Meet them with care, not cures. If this message is connecting with your experience, please type number 4 in the comments. It lets us know you're here, and it helps others feel less alone too. Perhaps the most visible, and often the most alarming sign that someone is nearing the final chapter is a change in how they breathe. You might notice pauses between breaths, shallow inhaling, or even rapid bursts followed by long silences. These shifts can be unsettling, but they're natural. As the body winds down, oxygen becomes less efficient, circulation slows, and as a result, fingers, toes, ears, and nose may start to feel cool or look bluish or mottled. This is because the heart is now prioritizing the most important organs. Blood is redirected inward, and the limbs slowly let go. Some people breathe with a soft gurgle or rattle due to fluids in the throat. Others begin sleeping upright or using pillows to ease their breath. These changes aren't signs of suffering, they're the body's way of adjusting. What matters most during this time is comfort. Cool the room if needed. Offer sips of water, keep lips moist, and above all, stay present. Hold a hand, speak calmly, sit in silence if words feel too heavy. Because the greatest comfort often comes not from medicine, but from the presence of someone who cares. The signs we've shared, changes in eating, deep fatigue, mental withdrawal, persistent illness, and shifts in breath, don't always arrive together. Sometimes they appear gently, other times they come quickly. Either way, they are not causes for fear. They are invitations to love more deeply, to pause, and to honor what matters most. When we notice these signs, we're given the gift of preparation. We're reminded to say the things we've held in our hearts, to offer forgiveness, to share laughter, even in quiet rooms. Death is not just an end, it is a sacred part of life. And when we meet it with awareness and compassion, it becomes less about loss and more about presence. Thank you for being with us today. If you found comfort or clarity in this message, please like, subscribe, and share this video. You never know who might need these words. And if something spoke to you, leave a comment below. Your voice may be exactly what someone else needs to hear. Take care, stay gentle, and remember, love doesn't end when life does. It carries on, quietly, powerfully, always.